Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Just because someone stumbles and loses their path, doesn't mean they're lost forever. If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore.
My last relapse was 2 months ago. Just imagine. 2 months ago, I gave up on self-improvement. I full on lost all hope. I thought it didn't work for me. And I thought it was stupid. And at this point, when I hit the deepest end of the tunnel, this is where really my self-improvement journey actually started. So, click away if you expect a life-changing person, because I, for certain, am not your ideal role model. It is not because I am not a fit role model for it, but because you must be the life-changing person to yourself. You were just given the opportunity, just like me, to change your life. It is now up to you if you are willing to sacrifice and do what it takes to change it, just like I did. And this is a story about how I personally regained control and rediscovered self-improvement for myself. And this was especially possible because of a certain individual that I rediscovered on YouTube. At this point, thanks Hamza. And I've soon began to realize what my problem actually was. It wasn't because self-improvement wasn't just working for me. It was a much bigger problem. My biggest problem was that my mindset and my attitude towards self-improvement was a wrong one. The biggest mistake you should consider that you have possibly made is that you have mistook your motivation and your discipline. Because that is what I actually did. I mistook my motivation for my discipline. And what I tried to do was to cover up all my wrongdoings and my weaknesses with my overmotivated self at that point. And this has led me to get burned out. Because, as you will learn later, motivation will fade away with time. But the most important thing about self-improvement is to have the discipline to go through with it. And even though I'm just only 2 months into this again, I can say with confidence and pride that those 2 months have really changed and shaped my life. In those 2 months, what I have achieved or accomplished was unbelievable. Maybe not for you, but for myself. Because before that, I couldn't have even imagined coming this far to talk about my journey and what I've achieved so far. In those 2 past months, I have made new friends. I have gained self-confidence again. And I have, most importantly, regained control over my life. And a reason to improve myself from day to day. And all of this has led to this very video that I am making. And I can't believe it, how far I've come. So, if you're still watching this, then I'm very happy for you. Because you and me are here because we want to change our lives. And although I'm not perfect, I'm still standing here trying to do my best and go one step at a time. I am not like Hamza. I am not like those famous self-improvement guys on YouTube. Sadly, I'm not here to show you how to get laid. I'm not here to show you how to build confidence or charisma. Show you how to be more masculine. Because those things you will slowly acquire in your own self-improvement journey. And I'm just here to help you, perhaps, but most importantly, to help your mind do the first step into the right direction. I may not be the one who has made the most progress, who has been in the journey for the longest time, or has discovered new ways of thinking, but what I can say I have is myself, and that is the most important thing for you and for me, having yourself and someone you can believe in. And without further ado, here I will show you 7 lessons that I have learned in the past months that has led me into the right direction of self-improvement. And I hope that those ones will also help you and guide you through this journey with me. And once again, I'm very thankful for the persons that helped me on this journey. So, the first thing you have to do in order to start self-improvement, and this is like the ticket to get into it, is to finally fix your sleep schedule. This tiny thing can really change the world. So, for starters, try to go to the bed 30 minutes earlier than usual if you have a bad sleep schedule. This way you can daily reduce the time until you reach a point. I would recommend 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. to go to sleep. This way you're managing yourself, because this way you're able to start out the day at 6 a.m. and be full replenished, able to start the day at maximum potential. So the second thing you want to do is start working out. I cannot stress enough how important it is to train your body, because as you train your body, be it going to the gym or just simply going out for a walk, for starters, it will help you tremendously in your journey. And this is coming from experience. I've experienced it myself. I've seen my mental health skyrocket since I've started working out again. But working out doesn't only mean to work out physically, but also mentally. Start doing your tasks again. Set yourself goals that you have to fulfill, because only with those goals you can really push yourself to the limits. Leading us to deep work. What is deep work? So deep work is a type of thinking, a type of working, where you, as the individual, try to not maximize the time you spend on studying, but moreover, learn how to work the most efficient way in the shortest period of time. It isn't about getting work done fast, but it is about work being done efficiently in the best way possible. And if you want to learn more about deep work, I would highly recommend you to read the books of Carl Newport, or just visit Hamza's channel. He has made a great video summarizing what Carl Newport wrote in his book, Deep Work. And the next thing I want to talk about is gratitude journaling. Gratitude journaling is a way to think about the world more positively, in a bright way. A type of thinking that I have never really experienced that way before gratitude journaling. It really helped me see the world in a much brighter and more colorful way. It really showed me that I am missing out on the good things if I don't write them down. I have it actually right here. This is my second book already, and this really helped me to reflect on the world and what I've really missed out by just seeing the negative things. You should just, like deep work, visit Hamza for more advice there. But what I can tell you is that you should write the names down of people that really made your day a little bit better. Because this really, in the long term, shows you that there is very much good in this world, even if you don't believe it at first sight. And the next thing I want you to do is delayed gratification. I can't stress enough how important delayed gratification is. The worst thing you can do for yourself is instant gratification. What I mean by that is just mindlessly scrolling on social media or playing video games because you've just got the feeling of playing it. Because you don't really realize it, but instant gratification is your worst enemy. If you always live in a life full of bliss, you will never see the true value of life. This is really a thing that stuck with me, this philosophy. So if you want to have delayed gratification and stop instant gratification, the thing I can recommend to you is to write down your goals. Really, just write them down on a piece of paper. Hang them on the wall, and every day you have to look at them and think to yourself, this is my real goal. Because if you think about that, your purpose in life will deepen. You will think of your life as more valuable and be more present. As important is dopamine detox. It is not a cure for everything, but it can really, really help you if you start to regulate your intake of things that you enjoy. I don't mean it in a way that you have to stop everything you enjoy. Just tone it down and do it at the end of the day. I personally think it is one of the most important things to think about. To think about if you really have earned this happiness. Dopamine detox really is something that can change your life. If you have regained your normal and stable dopamine levels, you start to enjoy the things that you once enjoyed once again. The most important thing was, for me, to regulate the times to certain periods where I could play and where I could not play. Because this is one first step of building up your discipline again. And the last thing I want to teach you is about one of the most important changes that you can apply to your life. And this was really taught by me first by Hamza. And for that I will be, once again, I probably said this too often already, eternally grateful. And this is the placebo effect. And for you who don't know what the placebo effect is, the placebo effect applies to every aspect of your life. It really is the power of belief, like Hamza said. It is the belief that you can achieve everything if you just truly believe it, if you have faith in what you're doing. I will take an example of that Hamza said already. There were two groups of people, one given a cup with energy drink and one with a cup with just colored water. Both of them were told that both of those cups would contain energy drinks, and the results were shocking because at the end both people, or both groups of people, ended up with the same results when it came to sprinting. And this really shocked me when I heard about it. But the deeper I thought about it, the more it made sense for me. Because if you truly believe in something, or moreover, if you truly believe in what you do, then you are surely able, if you convince yourself enough times that you're able to do it, then you will finally be able really to pursue what you believe. And this is really what I think is the most important part of the placebo effect. And for me, one of the most important effects of my life. And now we've come to the point where I'll be talking about my own philosophies and the things I have learned personally for myself. So, the first thing my self-improvement journey has taught me is that you have two choices if it comes to blaming people. You can either blame it on yourself and your own failure, or you can blame it simply on the universe, that it screwed you over this time, that all the things happened because of the universe and because you had no control over it. But, now this is the important part, if you realized that you can blame the universe, that means that you have now partaken in the active role of changing your own fate. So this means the universe has led you to this point that you can choose to change your life and become something better. The second lesson I've learned during my life is that you and yourself are two very different entities. And what I mean by that is that yourself covers up your past, your present and the future, while the you is just the you in the present. So, next time, if you think about yourself, think about your past self, your childlike self, what would he think about you? Would he be proud, disappointed, angered? And then think about your future self. Your future, your realistic future. What you are 100% in your head going to turn into if you continue this path you're currently taking. Will he be proud on what you have become? Will he be thankful what you have done for him? Or will he just be mad and self-loathing, be disappointed in the decisions that has led future self to this point? And last thing that I already mentioned earlier is that discipline always wins over motivation. I have made this mistake plenty of times, that I thought that motivation was more than discipline, that you can do everything with motivation, that you couldn't do with discipline. But it was actually quite the opposite. And what I've learned in the past couple months is that if you have the discipline and not the motivation, you can still appear, you can still do stuff. But without motivation, for example, you won't be able to do anything if you don't have the discipline as well. This journey that I've been through those 2 months had good points and bad points. But life has never been more fulfilling for me. And this is the truth. I'm very thankful, even for the things I did before self-improvement. I'm thankful for everything that has led me to this point, that I can be proud on myself. And yesterday, when I looked at my awesome competitors to look for inspiration, I saw that my gains and my progress were nothing in comparison to those people. First, I felt really shitty because those people really put much more effort into it than I did for a much longer period of time. And they had better equipment, more time, made more progress. I had nothing to show, really, in comparison to those amazing people that really stuck to self-improvement when it first began. I am literally taking this video on my phone, and on my shitty laptop I will later edit it with my friend. But thinking about it back, I have come to the realization that I wasn't doing it in the first place for the money or the revenue. I was doing it for myself and for my self-improvement journey. The first step is to do the hard work, and especially if you don't feel like it. And of course, this journey wouldn't be as fulfilling without my friends. So at this point, I want to shout out my friends and say thank you. Even the strangers who helped me. I am very grateful that you are alive, that you exist, and that you made my day and the world a better place. This journey has really showed me that there is indeed still good in this world. You just have to show that you are ready to accept it, and that you would do the same for it. I see myself out.